Alright, I'm going to lay it all out here. Destiny 2 has given us 2 exotic weapons this season, Ticuu's Divination and Dead Man's Tale. Both are great, I love them like my own children. And yet I think a third one is on the way, one unlike anything the game has seen before. I call this the exotic hammer theory, where I believe we are heading toward getting a new type of melee weapon that is not a sword for the first time in Destiny's history. And technically, we already have it. I am speaking, of course, about the Hammer of Proving, the thing we are socketing with runes to get rewards and hammer charges on repeated Battlegrounds runs, where we use the hammer to smash open chests at the end of the mission. This has always struck me as a bit of a weird mechanic, and yet what that means in practice is that this isn't just a menu item like the Chalice, this is a physical object Bungie has already modeled, complete with at least one animation, the giant smash, in third person. Story-wise, I think this tracks too. The entire focus of the season is essentially us proving ourselves as potential worthy allies to Caiatl. She wants us to bow to her, but with enough prowess in combat, we can probably prove ourselves equals. The new strike, coming in 2 weeks, is called Proving Grounds, and I believe all this is leading to a moment at the end of the season where finally, Caiatl gives us the respect we deserve, and her gift to us is permanent use of the Hammer of Proving. Not as a socketed tool, though we'll still probably have that mechanic in place, since Battlegrounds aren't leaving, but as an actual exotic weapon. It isn't just the in-game hints like story turns and the modeling of the hammer that suggests this to me, as I think Bungie itself has been dropping clues about it too. Here's Cozmo when he was asked about what they were doing about 3 peeking, the key line there being any potential future third-person weapons. That seems like a pretty specific addendum, and it was echoed by Joe Blackburn in his Big Road to the Witch Queen post in the PvP section. In competitive modes, emotes will be disabled and players will be unable to pull out any third-person weapon that doesn't have ammo. Destiny has a couple third-person weapons that aren't swords like Scorch Cannons, and yet the only one available in competitive PvP would be swords. Again, there's the any third-person weapon qualifier in Blackburn's phrasing. I've said before that Destiny is running out of gun archetypes, and to me, that opens up the door for more potential melee weapons besides swords, and I don't see why we wouldn't start with the Hammer of Proving. Bungie, of course, also has experience designing hammers for first-person shooters with Halo's famed Gravity Hammer. Not that I would expect that Hammer of Proving to function the exact same way, but I mean, I wouldn't say no to sending a Centurion flying across the map either. Could I be totally wrong? Sure. I often am.